These things sound like an early 2000s Chevy Cavalier, and I appreciate that. My name is Michael. This is punk.a.folk, and this is my review of the Tripowin X HBB Mele. This is another collaboration IEM, this time between Tripowin and IEM reviewer Hawaiian Bad Boy. Bad guy, good audio reviews. I always switch up the good and the bad there, and it's wrong. Who I will link to below because I actually really like his videos. These are a single dynamic graphene driver, and it's housed inside this CNC aluminum shell with a peacock style cap in black or gold. Obviously this one's black. The shells also have the Bad Guy Good Audio Review logo on the top of them. I don't know how well you can see that. And they have an R and an L to denote which goes in which ear in case you forget. They actually, for the price, feel really premium, and they're weighted really nice. They sit inside of my ears very comfortably enough that I am able to sleep in them, because I do sleep in IEMs and wear them without any outer ear fatigue at all. I have also had zero problem with these working their way loose. I did, however, switch the tips to spin fits while I was testing them. I just put the stock black ones back on for the video. Inside the sleeve you find the box, which looks like it was rejected from one of those mall jewelry kiosks for being a little over the top. This isn't a box review, I don't know, I just thought it was funny that it was that bright. But it does have this nice hard soft fake leather case. Inside it has the IEMs and an assortment of ear tips, and the cable, which is pretty nice. It's soft and pliable. It doesn't get tangled easy, and it has a nice chin cinch. I can't say that word. It actually works. I don't know if you use the chin cinch for any reason. Please comment below and let me know what that reason is. The cable's pretty good quality. It does have some spots where the twisting's kind of kinked, but again, I don't expect a super premium cable in this price range. The Mele has a bass heavy V shape, mild V shape, which typically isn't my thing, but these actually make it kind of fun. I've seen the videos of the guy who tuned these, and while not exactly like, his listening library shares a lot of similarities with mine. Not so much style, but instruments used. So I figured I'd try them out, and I've been pleasantly surprised. The bass on these digs deep while maintaining tight control. In the song Biscuits by Method Man, there's a continuous sub-bass tone cycle with a mid-bass punch right over top of it. And these were able to not only replicate that super deep sub-bass, they were able to keep the sub-bass and the mid-bass clearly defined, so you got that rumble. Obviously not a full body rumble like you would from speakers, but enough of a psychoacoustic rumble to trick you into thinking that, while maintaining that tight punch over top. And with a lot of other sets, I notice a lack of emphasis on either one or the other. This pulled it off spectacularly. The bass then tapers off a bit coming into the mids to provide the separation from mids and bass, but not so much that I felt like the mids lacked any weight. Notes still maintain their weight without the bass spilling over and making them seem thin or veiled. Speaking of mids, the mids do have a very warm feeling with great clarity. Play particularly well with male vocals. The song Carol K by Michael Caine and the Morning Afters has guitar, it has rock and roll piano, and then Michael Caine has this like mid deepish raspy voice, and they all hang out solidly in the lower mid range. And these were able to replicate it pretty flawlessly without it ever feeling shouty or being too in your face. Female vocals and instruments in the higher register, the mids, tend to come off a bit weak. Unholy Hems by the Bridge City Sinners. Libby's voice sounds much weaker than it does on other sets, including the other set that Chris, this gentleman, has tuned. And then the mandolin and the fiddle, I believe there's also trumpets in that song. Yes, there's trumpets in that song. They feel weak almost to the point of non-existence because they're being covered up by the mids and the bass. That relaxed feel continues throughout the treble region, with them never even approaching being peaky or harsh, which lends itself to a lack of detail retrieval. They're very easy to listen to. You will never get fatigued listening to these, but if you're looking for great detail, these are not that IEM. Perceived soundstage on these is pretty good, not super wide, but just outside the head on a horizontal plane. There's no vertical depth, and forward and aft was pretty non-existent as well. Imaging is great on these though. Instrument positioning is clear, and the instruments themselves are clearly separated and defined, and not at all smeared together as you normally find in sets that are in this price range. Overall, I think these are a great budget set of IEMs for relaxing listening over long periods of time. I like what they do for my library, for parts of my library. From a purely fun perspective, the tuning makes studio recordings with that emphasized bass almost sound like you're seeing a live show at a shitty club where they turned up the bass a little too loud just to put some excitement into the room. On the other hand, the lack of detail makes actual live recordings just sound weak. They don't have the detail or the air required to recreate live recordings in a convincing way. The sense of space in the venue that they were recorded in just isn't there. What I did find I like about a bassy set is that sub bass covers up a lot of ambient noise. So for work, I work in a shop. These are great for covering up that outside noise. They're great when I'm walking the dog out around town. I don't hear traffic. I don't have to turn them up super loud. I really like that. Again, I like these a lot more than I thought I would for a bassy set, because that's typically not the way I like listening to music. If that is the way you like listening to music and want a good bassy set for a very competitive price without it sounding bloated and becoming just a blob of bass as so many sets do, these are really a high recommendation for me. I bought these with my own money just to try them out, and I really enjoy them. It's not what I would go to, when I'm here and I want to do critical listening, but if I just want to have fun, if I just want to relax and put on some music and not worrying about anything sounding harsh or not worry about sibilancy, these are comfortable, they're cheap, and they sound really damn good. I will put a link below if you would like to check them out. If not, I don't care. I don't know the dude. I don't know anybody at the company. Nobody's asked me to do this. Hell, some people would probably prefer I didn't. If you would like to see more IEM reviews, including the Alina, that is probably coming next. I have more back there I can do. Please just like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. Yeah, I'm out.